The Franklin Pierce Ravens are the number one seed in the NCAA men's soccer Final Four. Karl Vernet is their senior goaltender, and he joins us presently. First off, Karl, congratulations on getting this far. What does it feel like to be in Matthews in Charlotte, North Carolina, and to be at a site of an NCAA semifinal?
First off, I just want to say thank you. Honestly, like at the beginning of the season, we all knew we had a common goal. We all knew, like, at the end of the season, we wanted to get to week 15. That's the longest we can continue playing soccer together, being as a family. That was one thing. So it's honestly like all the hard work we put in throughout the season, leads to this last moment, these last game that we have Thursday and hopefully onto Saturday. Like it's not a sigh of relief, but it's something that, we believed in ourselves that we can get here.
Yeah, having been there before and having won the whole thing before, is there a different mindset for you because it's not a new experience? So maybe the shine of like the shiny new thing. You're not eyes too wide, like you're comfortable. You've been there. Does it feel a little bit different that way?
It feels a little bit different, but at the beginning of the season, had you told me we would be here, I know it was going to take a lot of work. I knew, like, I wouldn't say like, oh, I never expected something like this, but it's like something that was envisioned within view that, if we work hard enough, we'll get here, like that feeling that we all, like some of us who have been here before have gotten last year. It's the same thing, nothing's promised, the game Saturday isn't promised, but all we can promise is to give our 100%. And just hopefully tomorrow get the result that we want.
I want to talk about nothing being promised because your story is one of the cooler ones on the roster. You're a guy that had a position that was vacant at the start of the season. You were looking to replace the reigning conference goaltender of the year, and you were very much in the mix. You started 3 consecutive games on September 16th and then got hurt and were never seen again after October 4th. Until the NCAA tournament. Yeah. Walk me through, generally speaking, the roller coaster of what your individual season was.
It was, like you said, a roller coaster. I was playing, normally games, consistent games, continuing fighting, trying to get my team the results that we wanted to continue on the success that we had throughout the season. And then unfortunately, I had an injury where I had sprained my ACL, I sprained my MCL, and I had a bone fracture all in my knee. And, in the moment, I was like, oh my gosh, like, could this be it for me? Could this be my season? I was lots of emotions were going through my head, not knowing what to expect. But at the end of the day, I always had my faith. I always believed that I can overcome anything. So I stayed true to myself. I continued going to the gym. I was always around the guys. I was always in film practices and treatment. I was doing treatment 3 times a day, pretty much, with our trainer every single day, going to the doctor, doing everything to stay proactive, to know that I'll be able to be here in this position at the end of the season. Because me returning was up in the air for a while, but I knew if I stayed consistent, I'd be able to get back to myself, get back to my routines, and just be here with my team. I feel like I have the respect for my teammates, and I had the continued support from my team, especially from the goalkeeper union. Everybody was supporting me, so it was just to be back and be able to play is an amazing feeling. Like, I'm literally just blessed to continue playing at this moment.
Let's dive into the goalkeeper unit and nothing being guaranteed, because you come back and there was a vacancy because the goalkeeper of the year for this year wound up getting hurt. Unfortunately, Diego was injured in the conference tournament. Jet Barbic did a great job. You guys actually went 4 goalies deep in order to I don't want to say piecemeal, but like to fill the gap throughout the course of the season. What does it say about a team that you could roll out 4 goalies and be the number 1 team in the country and never miss a beat?
It just shows our depth, from our position to the rest of the positions. Our depth is the biggest thing. Depth shows that you can go a long way. If one of us goes down, the next one is always ready. Our goalkeeper coach, prepares us, making sure that we're all within the same page. So if it's not me playing, or if it's not Diego, Jet, David, whoever's playing, we're all familiar. We're all around what's the plan. It's not like anyone's just thrown in the fire and like, all right, hope for the best. They really prepare us pretty well. And I have to give a lot of respect and credit to the guys that stepped up in the moment, at their moments. It was an incredible feeling to just witness them, help the team get the results that we wanted, whether it was in a PK shootout, whether it was playing 90 minutes for your first time. everybody, like as a unit, collectively, goalkeeper unit, we all stepped up this season to, accomplish big things this year.
When did you know you were going to be able to get back healthy? And how did you starting against Bloomsburg in the NCAA tournament come to be?
I never knew exactly when. There was never like a set time frame for when I'd be back. When I was sitting with the doctor, he originally told me I was going to probably be out for 3 months. And I was like, wow. But in my head, I feel like knowing my body, myself, I can overcome anything, whatever it is. I feel like I can speed up that process. And luckily for me, I was able to do it in about 6 weeks. I was actually in a knee brace when non-weight bearing. So I was on crutches for 4 weeks. And after the 6 week, spoke with the doctor. We started doing a running program for me, and I was able to get in everything. And at that time, I think 6 or 7 weeks, we were somewhere in the NE10 playoffs for us. So I was like, all right, like I'm starting to run again. I'm starting to familiarize myself. I had actually stepped into training pretty early. Prior to that, I was working with my goalkeeper coach, just doing things as much as I can with the brace, dropping my crutches and just catching volleys or whatever it is. But I didn't know officially I was going to be playing back until that week. That doctor told, when I spoke with the doctor, I think on a Monday, I asked him, what is the likelihood of me playing on Saturday? I've been doing everything of my progressions. And he said, if I can go through my entire week, with following the progressions and the protocols, he'll give me his word, I'll be able to play. And luckily for me, it worked out. So that feeling was just amazing to hear from him at the time.
No pressure at all. But at that point, you've played in 6 games in your entire career, and you are now the starting goalkeeper for the number 1 team in the country in the NCAA tournament. What were your nerves? And was that balanced out by the fact that you've been lying in wait for the longest time for this opportunity? And I have to imagine there was a sense that you weren't going to let it go by.
There were no, I wouldn't say nerves, because I feel like I remind myself constantly, I've been playing this sport for many, many years now, like I've been playing games, high level games, at the end of the day, like the only thing that remains the same is I want to have fun. I want to be able to give it my all, give it my effort, control what I can control. So obviously every game, like there are some nerves, but I just knew to myself, like I envisioned myself being in those positions and just being there. It was something I was familiarized, like, all right, once I get my opportunity, I know exactly what to do. I know how I want to execute it, and just play safe, be smart, and just honestly enjoy the moment was the biggest thing. Just enjoy being there, because like you said, I waited so long for it.
How big was that first save?
The first save was honestly just a relief of pressure, because it's like I like to break the game up into 5 segments. The first 5 things I can do right. Breaking the first save, the first pass. Once I broke the first save, I was like, all right, I'm in the game. Like I'm dialed in. Like there's nothing else I can get off of myself. Now I'm ready.
Let's talk about where you guys are now. You've got 2 games left to your ultimate goal. It all starts though on Thursday night with the Lewis Flyers. Walk me through your thoughts heading into the national semifinal and facing Lewis.
Nothing really too major. I'd like to follow a strict and consistent, routine for myself, where I don't want to change too much. I don't want to be too tired, too busy. Don't want to do anything that's out of my routine. The staff prior to this, have familiarized themselves with the opponent, how they like to play, what they like to do, some of their tendencies. So they prepared us really, really well. They've prepared me really well. Me personally, I feel pretty good. My body feels fresh. I'm not worried too much about anything, and I'm just ready to just play my game. And my teammates trust me. I trust my teammates. I believe that we'll be able to get the job done tomorrow.
Karl Vernet, goalkeeper for the number 1 team in the country, the Franklin Pierce Ravens, 2 games away from their goal. Enjoy the ride. Congratulations on Thursday against Lewis, and for what hopefully is an appearance in the national title game on Saturday as well.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.